Welcome to the EUB finals of the Overwatch University League for the EU region. My name is Daniel Dirge Sandal, and joining me today is my wonderful co-host, Energy__Being.
Hello, and welcome to the match. This is the finals for Season 2 of the Europe side of this Overwatch University League. We are in the EUB finals, yes, between Anna's Imaginary Menagerie and No Mercy. We're going to get right on in this. We have already given the teams their choices of the first map, with them choosing King's Row, so we're about to get into game very shortly. Both of these teams have showed a good amount of skill to be able to get to this point. No Mercy is the #1 team in Div 6, as far as I am aware, and Anna's Imaginary Menagerie is doing a fairly good job in Div 4, and they have gotten to the finals of this season. So I think we're going to see a good match out of both of them.
And of course, taking a look at it as well, we saw No Mercy coming to this point off of an undefeated streak through the entire season. But of course, they are going up against stacked odds here today, as Anna's Imaginary Menagerie are coming in as clear favourites, coming in from the higher division, and on top of that, they really are looking very strong this season. We have had the pleasure of taking a look at both of these teams over the course of the season and seeing them grow and improve. But of course, that is one of the biggest things about this Overwatch League. And if you guys out there are interested in getting involved in the world's largest recreational Overwatch League, follow the link to the Discord in the channel's description below. You can follow us here on Twitch or on Twitter at OW University if you would like to be updated when future streams go live. And of course, feel free to drop by our subreddit as well, which is located in the channel's description at the bottom of the stream. But of course, plugging all aside, fantastic game coming up for you guys today.
Yeah,
so we'll be getting in very shortly.
Right, just as soon as both of the teams are ready, we will get in. We've seen really good things from both AIM and No Mercy this season, honestly. Armadillomon has been very on point with his tanks. We saw him in Season 1 going from being a tank that we had, sometimes questionable things to say about, to being on fire with his tanks this season as well. So I really think we are going to get a lot out of this fight.
Of course, one of the biggest things of the Overwatch University League is the huge focus on improvement of the teams over the season, which of course is something that both of these teams have emphasized coming into the finals. Taking a look at other people who have improved, Piggage, a member of the team, and the captain, who's not only improved as a mechanical player, but taking a look, they've improved on their skills as team, coming in with clear calls that have brought them here today. Natsukage as well, bringing his team in with a very friendly bit of trash talk at the beginning of the season. He did say, we're going to win this season with no losses whatsoever.
And
they've done it, and they're here.
They've gotten to this point. They may, lose in this one. They are going up against a team who is 2 divisions higher than them, with Piggage, their captain, now being a master. But they won their division, they won the games up until this point, and honestly, I would love to see them attempt to go all the way without losing a single game this entire season.
Of course, No Mercy did come into this season as a mixture of low plat and mid gold players. Now they are mostly all in diamond. They've bought themselves up through the rankings very, very quickly, and on top of that, they've just really started to emphasize their teamwork, their coordination, clear calls, very, very clean plays, and excellent execution that we did get to see last week from them as well. Of course, they are playing 2 weeks in a row. They're coming here, and I am certainly excited to see how they're able to play in such stacked odds here today.
Yeah, I'd love to see them come up against adversity and win. Will they? We will have to wait and see. But yes, we are going to get into the first round fairly shortly, just sorting out some things.
Energy, I have a lot of faith in these guys. Natsu and his team, all friendly guys, all coming in. They have such a positive spirit going through as well. I asked both teams before going in if there was any complimentary trash talk to be going forward with, and they were both deadly focused on the game. No trash talk, their focus entirely on playing. And Natsu did say the trash talk can come after the game. Piggage, also another member who did say, let our actions speak a little bit louder than our big mouths. So we're going to see if they've prepared anything different coming forward for us today. And we do have a front row seat for that, and we're bringing that front row seat to you guys out there in the audience. Of course, if anyone out there does have any predictions, let us know in the chat. Get yourselves involved. Tweet at us over on Twitter at OW University, and let this game begin as we are going to old trusty Kings Row. Brilliant way to start this game off.
Yep, and let us get in there. So
now the real question, of course, Energy, is on this map, which we do get to see such a lot of. Where are you going to focus the camera? What bit of London are you going to highlight for our lovely viewers?
we will see. Have to get the size up because I just switched things in here, but let's see. Alright, right now we are in the Cathedral, but I honestly don't know. I think I'm going to be coming in for the first part from the side of aim, and on the next part I'll go again with the attack with No Mercy.
Starting this off as well on the attack is going to be aim, also known as Anna's imaginary menagerie, and it is gonna be beautiful. They're hovering some very interesting things at the beginning of this. I'm not sure whether we're going to be seeing those start, so let's just get a quick focus onto the defensive side, focusing very hard on what appears to be a brilliant dive comp coming through. How's this going to work on the defense?
Well, they're going to have to dive the point on defense and make sure that they aggress it in a way that's conductive to them, protecting it. They have to keep a person on it as much as possible to stave off that percentage if they can manage the full hold, but it might just be in their interest to let them get a little bit each time before diving in so that they can attack it in a nice way and they can get the trades early. Words today.
They're taking the corner hold here. They're going behind the Alderworth Hotel, so they're just not showing anything. Piggage has switched onto that Widow, so going to be looking for those introductory picks, see if anything happens. Looks like the call is going to be going straight through the choke point, not something we usually get to see hold, so we're going to be setting up around about the statue now, vying for position as divers coming through. Eros and Sleepy Bear already getting in. Natsukage, the first person to be taken down, as Armadillomon gets a second very clean dive so far, but the counter dive is coming through very slowly, very surely. Can they vie for an extra fight, as all of the red is going to be cluttering up this scoreboard, and this is going to be 2 blue members left alive as Lemonmon just gets the suicide, and that is going to be support only on that Genji. Not getting any support for himself, and a very clean, dry push.
Yeah, they had the first checkpoint and they had the advantage, and now they have just taken it and it is theirs. They are going into the streets phase. If they can keep up this sort of momentum, then they're going to push it all the way through, I imagine.
Piggage also sticking on this Widow pick as well. Done a little bit of work so far coming through, but what do we usually see from dive comps in this streets phase?
Well, dive comps, generally we see them aggress heavily forward with Armadillomon jumping out where he is, creating space by creating havoc in the enemy team. And, Pulse Bomb came out, didn't kill anybody though.
It looks like we are already getting that havoc as trade kills starting to come through. The pharmacy is going to be coming through on the defensive side now as Lemonmon does get 1 kill back. Last from Mars, brilliant name, does take down Enzo's defensive mech there. So quite an even fight beginning this off. Dragonblade will be coming down, jumping straight into the backline, does get to slash up Trickset as that's going to be a second kill coming through.
Oh, but the res!
Into Natsukage's 3-man res, gets 1 more kill from the side of Abuse Mat. However, that Genji doing work at the very beginning, but Genji from blue side will be taking down Piggage on the very back lines, trying to cause chaos in the defense. Eros finding Natsukage, that dive working so heavily here as Trickset does find Sleepy Bear, and Doppelganger's getting killed off all across the board. Self-destruct does come down, finds 1 kill down onto Armadillomon there, and I wonder what my neighbors are thinking, because this is getting hype.
The side of No Mercy is actually doing a very good job. They have stopped the payload and they've stopped it at a place where they can set up choke points to stall the enemy team, which can work out very good for them if they make sure to aggress this payload properly, take the space that they need, and just hide behind it to get less damage off. But they have a far forward defense, and we will see how that works out for them.
Of course, No Mercy have managed to stop this momentum coming forward, and they're going to be keeping that momentum stopped there. The doorstop coming through in the form of a rocket barrage from Lemon9721, getting 2 kills. The rest of the dive does come down as Absol finds Abuse Mat on the backlines, forcing the red side, forcing the attack back to their spawn.
The final part of their trickling, killing Armadillomon. They really need to pull back, though. They are very far forward. If any of them dies, the enemy team can just collapse in on them without any issue.
It is very rare that we do get to see the defensive side actually stop momentum on the streets phase here. So how's that going to affect Anna's imaginary menagerie going forward?
They really have to work very hard to get all of these, like, to get the space back from the enemy team. They need
fight now coming through. Sorry to interrupt you once again as Enzo does get that headshot down. 2 blue kills once again. Abuse Mat trying to trade back, but he cannot frag out as hard as Lemon9721 is. This is another solid defense, which is going to go straight back into your point about this defense holding it so nicely here.
The problem is it's extremely hard to dive into the enemy space, and No Mercy has it set up so well. Lemon9721 doing an incredible job with Natsukage supporting him on this Mercy. They're extremely far ahead, which normally doesn't work out for a lot of teams, but it's working well for them because they're just able to repulse aim every single time they try to come in.
And that repulsion working so well for them. One thing we don't usually get to call out is the healers, but Natsukage staying very safe on that healer. Breaking it down will be coming through as sound barrier used by Sleepy Bear, trying to keep the team alive, but that's going to be trade kills across the board as frags out are called. 1 kill extra in the favor of AIM though, but that's going to be restarting this fight as Natsukage using that res. Armon is trying to find some extra punches coming through, but Lemon9721 on that Farah, the explosive damage coming through, keeping these team fights at bay, and the dive just cannot get through this Farah.
He's doing an incredible job. Honestly, he is doing so much work for their team. Support only is moving forward a little bit much, I think, sometimes, but what he's doing is he's just kind of goading the enemy team into attacking him and then pulling him back into his team, setting him up for Lemon9721 to just do lots of damage in the meantime.
This is going to be red side on the payload, however. The push coming through as the C9 is going to be called, but the C9 is going to start coming back in as Lemon still got a very nice position up there, doing a lot of work from above. Lars from Mars getting the ult through, but that's going to be Lemon taken down. Beautiful defense matrix coming in from Abuse Mat, absorbing all of that rocket barrage. Pulse bomb does come down, gets a lot of damage down onto Enzo, and it looks like AIM are going to be repulsing the repulsion as this is a beautiful fight coming through. Enzo going to be tickled to death as Abuse Mat going to be taking down the dance man himself, and this is going to be our #1 team getting this second point finally with 30 seconds left.
Yep, they have moved in and they have 2 minutes going into the final point. Will they be able to move it all the way? It's entirely possible at this point, but they're not going to have too much time left on the clock if they do. And with how No Mercy's been playing this defense, they might be able to stop them entirely.
Definitely a brilliant stall coming through, just an unfortunate use of that ultimate from Lemon, as that is going to be Abuse Mat playing very well on that Diva. He's still pushing heavily forward, breaking it down once again as Sleepy Bear, getting that sound barrier through the team. Self-destruct sequence does come down.
Oh,
get a kill on Lars from Mars. He's not having a good day with those self-destructs at all. Second kill does come through, but frags are going to be traded across the board as Enzo trying to make this fight stay in No Mercy's advantage. They are pushing back AIM very far here. Enzo very heavily forward. That's going to be a pulse bomb missing out very slightly there, but Abuse Mat taken out of his mech. He's going to be quite useless here. Armadillomon will be rejoining the fight, however, and it looks like he's going to get trick set alongside Abuse Mat. Pharmacy still up in the air though, as Transcendence does come down alongside that Genji Dragon Blade. Natsukage will be forced as a result to use the Resurrect straight away in this fight. He's going to be abused by the monkey, however, as Armadillomon diving very heavily into the backline. Once more, a sound barrier will be coming down on top of the monkey going ape. This is a lovely stalling fight still, however, coming through as another self-destruct sequence already coming through. 2 self-destructs in one fight. Not often we get to see fights go on for that long. Monkeys both aggressing onto the backline as another sound barrier will be coming in from Sleepy Bear. Another self-destruct sequence, getting 1 kill down onto Trickset, putting this fight in their advantage for this time. We are seeing the scoreboard now turn red. Pulse Bomb does land onto the monkey, and this is Eros going absolutely nuts here.
They have to get support only off of that payload if they're going to push it into the end, though. And he is just being a nuisance, finally going down now. But it is anybody's game at this point. The defense can still get out on there with the D.Va coming back to the point.
Oh, Lemon getting another kill with that rocket barrage. We are into the overtime now, and this is point stalled. 3 meters left. Can AIM push this even further? They just need one more team fight win to get this into their favor and finish this map off. Abuse Matt and Pigage are going to start doing the work, and it looks like they're almost going to finish it. Half meter left
another
on
kill!
this, but support only coming through. Pigage with the Dragon Blade to take this map for them. Anna's Imaginary Menagerie with a brilliant finish to that map.
That went so long. That fight wasn't entirely unexpected. It thought, like, at first you thought, of course, AIM is going to win this, and then No Mercy coming back with almost a full hold on the defense, and you were thinking that they were going to be able to take it, and then finally, AIM takes it back with Pigage on that Dragon Blade. That was an incredible fight at the end.
And my goodness, I have to take a couple of moments to recompose myself after that one. That was quite the strain on my lungs coming into this one. Brilliant map coming in from both teams. No Mercy, of course, as you say, taking us for a loop and getting such a huge defense. Definitely not what we expected from them today.
With how close this fight was, you could hardly tell that there is a 2-division difference between both of these teams. No Mercy playing at an incredible level. They're doing a wonderful job, and that defense was very well executed for them. It was an interesting strategy, and it went for a very long time on that Streets phase.
And we're probably going to be seeing exactly the same come through here. No Mercy, of course, will be taking the attacking side. Anna's Imaginary Menagerie switching over to defense now. What do we think about their composition coming into this?
I mean, it looks fairly safe for a defense for a dive comp, with the Winston and the D.Va for the extra blocking potential, Pigage on that Soldier for nice, reliable damage, and Eros on the Tracer just to get some burst damage off on some teams. Maybe, hoping to go in on Natsukage and Trickset on those healers. And fairly standard healing comp with a Anna and a Lucio.
Definitely the case. Loving to see the Annas starting to come back. Lars from Mars, of course, switching over from Zenyatta onto the Anna this time round. We will see if his aim is on point for this one. Brilliant start coming through.
I think somebody in chat said that Lars from Mars is female, so who knows? We are sorry if we get your gender wrong. Correct us and we'll let you know in the next one.
I'm going to call everybody a dude regardless going into this one. Lemon is going dangerously far forward, taken very low as he was aggressing. The dive starting off with the rest of the team, though, as this is going to be a blue swarm back onto the point. Lemon getting that kill with the support coming in from the Zenyatta. Eros still finding some more, however, but support only is going to be trying to aggress onto him. Very clean dive coming through from No Mercy so far, as this is going to be so close to getting that first drive push off. We're seeing teams get so good at that now. Enzo is taken out of the mech, however, which is going to start to, deteriorate their chances of taking this point without any
kills.
Real contention. Enzo taken very low into the hotel, but Monkey's focusing very heavily onto him. Is he going to Cloud9 this point? It looks like he is. Nobody's on the point anymore at all. Looks like this is going to be a very chaotic fight to start this one off. No Mercy getting that point in the first push is the most important part here.
Definitely. They're doing a very good job of making sure that they have that payload. That first initiating fight just went so well for them. Honestly, they deserve that point and more.
definitely a case that we are seeing No Mercy punching well above their weight here, and they are taking me by surprise in this fight no matter what. But it looks like AIM are not keen to have this going in their favor. They want to push very far forward. They are pushing down the streets phase. Support only able to get one kill back, however, as this is going to be payload re-established for the control of AIM as they push forward so close to spawn, and they are going to stop. They are going to nip that momentum in the bud.
Yep, but it keeps on moving now, so they are going to be able to take it back to them, but they're going to hold that corner of the bookshop.
Once again, AIM do not want to stop this fight at all, but Lemon, oh my goodness, the two-man Dragon Blade taking these healers out of the fight straight away, as support's only going to be using his tag visor as well. Kills off Monkey at the very beginning. Two ults are going to be used here for such an abusive start to this fight. Natsukage trying to find Eros on the backline, and that is going to be the kill down onto Tracer. That is a beautiful fight with so few ults used.
It's a wonderful fight for them, honestly. And one thing I have to do is comment Trixet. We did not mention him very much in the beginning, but he's doing a wonderful job with this Lucio, doing a decent amount of damage, making sure his team is healed up and supported with this speed. It's going very good for him.
Oh, that was a beautiful barrier coming down as well. Enzo still trying to push very far forward. Lemon does get the kill down onto Piggage at the very beginning of this. Self-destruct will come down once again. Finding another kill onto Sleepy Bear, as this is going to be so much damage coming through. And that's going to be so Eros trying to find some work in, but still a blue swarm. And No Mercy are going to be doing better than AIM on this second point. And AIM were the people who chose this map.
Yep, they are sadly seeming at a disadvantage going into this last point, because No Mercy now has 4.5 minutes to do what the enemy team did in 2. They have a lot of time coming into this, potentially being able to take it with extra time going into second rounds.
And they could very well do that. Monkey will be diving forward. The rest of the dive still trying to come in on the backline from AIM, but they aren't there in time to support him. Dragon Blade will be coming down, finding that one kill onto Lars from Mars. Eros getting a kill down onto Diva's mech, but Lemon 9721 doing a lot of work with that weep stick. He's finding so much damage. This is going to be Natsukage, however, forced to use his Transcendence. Beautiful work there from Eros, but that's only going to stoke the push, stoking the fire, and keeping this lit so far. Brilliant set 2 corners taken from No Mercy.
There will be a slight trickle on the attacking defense coming into this last point because of Eros going down at that point, but they're coming back in now, going in for the kill, trying to stop this payload, and doing an alright job of it.
Going in for the kill, they're doing it for the thrill, and this is a brilliant start already to this fight, as Tac Visor will be used by support only, but that is going to be Enzo taking him down. Piggage not able to find too much work. Brilliant! Blue Swarm coming through once again. So many kills traded in their favor, but we are so close to AIM spawn. Armadillo Mon taken dangerously low. He is getting healed up in the backline, however, but Lemon 9721 doing work on whatever he touches this time, getting 3 kills in a row. He is fragging across the board. Eros and Abuse Map will be trying to stall at this point as much as they can, but that's the Tracer taken down. Abuse Map forced to use his self-destruct. Does get 2 kills with it on the defense, however, and that could dismantle this entire attack coming in from No Mercy, who still have 2 minutes 40 left.
But now they have 2 minutes 40 seconds to push it all of 7 meters. So if they can get back to this, move back in properly as a team, and get 1 entry frag, 2 entry frags, they'll be able to take the final point, I believe.
And my goodness, the fights do not stop. Bear in mind that AIM did this entire point with 2 minutes, plus the overtime as well, of course. Dive coming through once again, 9721 jumping into the backline with that blade, but he is going to be taken down by Lars from Mars, getting some revenge finally. This is looking to be weighted in the favor of AIM, as they do have an advantage on this defense here. Eros and Piggage fragging out themselves, but Eros getting that second kill, dismantling yet another push coming in from No Mercy.
Lemon now switching over to the Pharah, going back to his comfort zone, and maybe able to get some kills with this big burst damage that he can do with those rockets. They do only have 1 minute and 40 seconds, though, to push it that final 7 meters.
if they don't finish this map, you have to think they're going to be very tilted going forward, and this is 2 kills already. Make that 3 kills already in the favor of AIM, but however, No Mercy not going to be blowing too much to try and go any further. They know when they need to regroup and reset, and this is going to be another moment to reset.
No Mercy has some amazing coordination going into this. Sadly, they're getting stopped at this final point, but they're fighting so high up against like their normal division range and doing an amazing job of it. Yeah, they're going
into a heavyweight here as the welterweight, and honestly, it's looking fantastic.
They're doing a great job with, you know, what you imagine somebody in their division doing. They're doing so much and more.
Exactly, and this is going to be yet another fight starting off, and it looks like this fight will be starting in No Mercy's favor. They're trying to pull this back, and they will try their best to make sure that they get to end this map at the very least. This will be Monkeys diving forward. Natsukage is forced to use that ultimate at the very beginning. Self-destruct will come through, finds 1 kill down onto Absol at the very beginning of this. Abuse Mat pushing forward, 2 kills now are found for AIM. That's one of the healers down on the side of No Mercy. Dragon Blade by support only, looking for supports only, but he's going to be killing off that soldier in the back. He kills off Sleepy Bear, and he kills Lars from Mars. Huge play at the very beginning. Pulse Bomb will be missing from Lemon 9721, so that's not going to be an extra kill coming through, but support only. My goodness, what has he had for breakfast this morning, as he is killing absolutely everyone. Frags across the board. Absol chiming in as well as Eros does go down. Armadillomon will be trying to defend this payload with his life, and his life could very well be taken down here. That's a sound barrier coming in from Sleepy Bear, as the rest of the fight still coming through. Overtime now, 3 meters, 83 left to take here, and my god, I'm starting to lose my breath as Eros still trying to dive from the backline, but it's Absol getting tons of work done here. Trickset staying glued to this payload, as a Lucio should be, and that is the self-destruct coming through. 2 kills with a pulse bomb! And that's going to be another kill
and a pulse bomb
from a pulse bomb and the backline as well, as this is such an even fight. What is going on? We don't know who's going to win this at this point. Natsukage will be flying in, but he's going to be aggressed on straight away by Armadillo.
He's back though.
Gets himself a very nice bit of positional play coming forward. Dragon Blade coming in once again from support only. He's done so much work with this beforehand, and he's going to be doing work once again, as that's going to be Sleepy Bear going down to the Genji, and this could be it. 1 meter 54 left. Eros forced to blink backwards already. The rewind already going to be expended in this one, as Pickage going to be on that Genji now, but taken down by Lemon 9721. Armadillomon jumping back in once again on that Winston, but that's going to be kills still going in the favor of No Mercy. Abuse Mat, the only man left alive onto that point. 0.67 meters left, still going in favor of No Mercy. However, this overtime, if they leave for just half a second, this is going to be game over for them. That's going to be a self-destruct down. However, 3 kills to finish the map, and my goodness, what a game coming through.
And Natsukage, that entire time, had a res just on hold. If it started going the other way, he still could have pulled it back for his team. This is incredible. They're punching so high above their weight, and they're making it look natural. If they are not super high in the next season, then this is going to be very, very sad. They need to stay together, and they need to be fighting in another division entirely.
That final overtime was nutty as hell coming into this. Held for so long. That was Trickset sticking onto that payload no matter what. Perfect positional play coming through, and such great coordination coming in from whoever was playing on the DPS. Brilliant work all across the board. Support only definitely shining out so heavily there on his Genji.
Lemon had the entire defense, I think, for his, time to shine, and support only on the offense was showing his colors. He's like, hey, I am the attacking DPS, and Lemon is the defending DPS. Let me show you how it's done, and he did. This went so well for their team. coming into this, we weren't exactly sure if they'd be able to put up a fight 2 divisions above where they are, but they have proven that they're in the finals for a reason.
And that reason is going to be made clear right here, right now. This is going into round 3 now. No Mercy once again going to be on the defense, and this is going to be the fight starting already. We're wasting no time on this one as AIM are jumping right into the backline. Lemon still going to be on that Pharah now. Does get the first kill down onto Lars from Mars. Natsukage will be taken down, however. Trading very evenly already, 2 for 2. That's going to be Abuse Mat taken out of his mech as well. Lemon still not going to be contested in the air, and support only once again getting his own frags
and
in
another
onto
one.
this one. This guy is not just a defender, but he's an attacker, and he's an incredible Genji.
He is doing an amazing job with this. Natsukage is doing a great job of supporting him and Lemon, but honestly, support only's moving out, doing lots of damage, baiting people into attacks. He is doing an incredible job as a DPS.
And I'm going to be needing more longs coming into this one, guys, as the overtime is once again forced. And we know what to expect from overtime from these guys already. We are going to be needing another 5 minutes on this round 3. Rocket Barrage already coming in from Lemon 971. What a defense matrix, however. That is going to be killing off Lemon 9721. Support only, and Absol still fragging out across the board, but Armadillo Mon going to be very... Oh, Dragonblade versus Dragonblade. This is going to be the defensive match of the century, but support only is going to be the one to finish that one off and get the kill. Armadillo Mon pushed back.
And they held it! They held it! All they need to do is get 33% on the board on their attack, and they win the first round of this. This is a best-of-5 series, and this is already more intense than some other finals we've casted in the past. This is incredible.
That was the first time that the first dry push did not actually succeed in capping point 1.
This is true.
No Mercy capped point 1 so easily on their last attack. Will AIM be able to get the full defense here?
All they really need to do is get 1 or 2 kills going into it and not be traded off immediately, and they probably have this first map.
Oh my god, I'm just not really sure what to expect coming in from this. I think we're going to be needing a break after this one.
Yeah.
But this is an incredible series so far. No Mercy and AIM definitely putting up the dukes against one another, and they are fighting with their very essence. Even if No Mercy get the expected result and do not win this map, they have to go away happy with just how hard
they've been fighting. They're going to go into the next maps also with their fists raised, knowing what's going on, and this is entirely possible that they could just take the finals for themselves, not have a single loss in this entire tournament.
We have the dream alive, however. 1 minute for 33% of this point. Enzo already pushing forward. Support only has been the man of the match so far. Armadillo Mon trying his very best to push forward, but Absol is going to be pushing everyone back. Already getting onto this point. Starting to get the advantage on the health bars here is the blue side. The attack coming through, but Absol taken very low. Going to be forced to retreat very slightly here and get himself some healing. That's going to be Piggage on that McCree getting 1 kill back, however, as Absol with Armadillo Mon getting kills on each other, as this is beautiful so far. Lemon 9721 gets the kill down onto Eros. Piggage doing his very best, but that's going to be Absol going down as Lemon 9721 gets the second kill of this game for himself. That's already going to be a sound barrier coming up for Trixie,
another kill
using that to get this, and this is a blue swarm once again. Blue across the scoreboard as another sound barrier coming in from
and another one
getting another kill, and another one.
And this is it! This is it!
That's the game! That is the match for No Mercy.
They have taken it! They have put the first score on the board in this finals series. The team that we thought might not be able to do this coming in has proven themselves that they are in this fight and that they can take it back.
The only thing I can really say here is, woo lad, what a brilliant start to this series. Abuse Mat is going to be taking the play of the match, but looking at this, who is going to be your MVP for that first round?
Honestly, support only and Lemon have it, but support only I think has a bit more because he's doing an incredible job both on attack and defense, where Lemon is definitely shining mostly on the defense.
And look at that as well. Blue side wiping across the board here as No Mercy getting
70 eliminations, by the way. 70. This is incredible. We have not seen this in a game, I think, in this tournament ever up until this point.
And these guys are really pushing for it. Our second match today is going to be on a King of the Hill map. So we're going to be going over to Lijiang Tower or Ilios as our choices. So, brilliant start to this. Let's find out what the teams would like for that. And what do you expect coming out of King of the Hill from these guys?
Honestly, I'm expecting the same sort of cluster play that they've been doing at the end of every single one of these points when they're in the overtime on the entire thing. This is just going to be an incredible long-term fight. So, yes, this is going to be great. They have Ilios or Lijiang, and it's No Mercy's turn to choose.
And to be perfectly honest with you, I am quite scared going forward into this, because we have a best of 5 on the fightiest maps going forward. Of course, we are getting a few people in chat just quickly asking for a quick break. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, but don't go anywhere, viewers. Keep on with the action. Do not tune that dial elsewhere. We will be back with you guys very, very shortly.
Alright, see you in a minute.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are a fifth of the way already through our EUB finals today, and what an incredible fifth that was. Once again, you are joined by me, Daniel Dudge Sandal, and joining me is the always wonderful Energy__being.
Hello, and welcome back. This is set to be a pretty incredible series at this point, with how that first map is going. If everything keeps up the way that did, I know that both me and Duge are going to be in a lot of physical pain with our, throats later today. But yeah.
You see, we are actually the illest cast in more ways than one.
Yes.
As I just quickly described in there, I'm recovering from a collapsed lung, and Energy's in a lot of pain already.
Yeah.
So taking a look at this, we're going to be really trying our best to keep up with this fantastic action for you guys. And my goodness, what a bunch of action it has been. We've just quickly settled a couple of questions in our lobby as well, and we are going to be going with loser pick variation on these. As such, we're going to be going over to Lijiang Tower for our next round.
Yep, should be good. Honestly, some teams aren't very good with these sorts, these sorts of maps being like the King of the Hill maps, but both of these teams have shown that they are very good in general, so we will see how they play this.
And looking at the fights as well, both teams have proved that they can not only fight, but they can fight really well. They focus fire so perfectly, and if they want someone dead, that person usually dies.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. One person in chat just did a pog champ saying tweeting from the payload at Natsukage. It's great. If he has time to be doing that while playing Overwatch and they're still doing this good, props to you, guy. You are maybe insane, but props to you.
That's not a bad way of doing it, actually. I just usually throw my tweets out at the beginning and at the end of our broadcasts, and usually keep it there. But, of course, taking a look at what we have now, what do you think about these team compositions that we're getting locked in?
We are seeing pretty much both teams' regular comps, aside from the fact that, well, Lemon is going with Genji and Support Only is going with the Tracer, which is something we've seen them do before, but we're pretty used to the Support Only Genji and the Lemon Pharah.
Looking at this as well, both teams are opting to take the bridge route. Oh, that's going to be the concussive blast. Going to be blocked out by the defense matrix straight away. Enzo doing a great job on that, predicting it coming forward. Fight's already starting as the dive coming through. Armadillo, and Pigage getting the better of this dive, however, as that's going to be both healers from the side of AIM going to be taken down. And once again, Lemon doing so much work, but this time he's going to be doing that work on the Genji payload. Not payload, sorry. That's going to be control point already opened up, and that will be AIM over on the blue side, taking this point straight away at the beginning of this.
They're doing a fairly good job of making sure that they have this point, though it was fairly even trades for the beginning, so it can go any way at this point.
Pigage showing his prowess, however, as he does get that kill down onto Tracer, but once again, No Mercy, proving that their coordination is on point. They are going to be regrouping when it's necessary.
They know exactly what to do, how to move as a team, and it seems like they have pretty good communication going into all of this. Otherwise, this is incredible if they're just not talking to each other.
I'm going to imagine that they are going to be talking to one another. We know that as a team, No Mercy come in and they are very friendly with one another, and this will be the contest now coming down onto this point. Lemon going to be starting this off, but trades are quite even across the board, and once again, it looks like this even fight is going to get very hyped very soon. Oh my goodness, Pulse Bomb does kill off the Diva Mech at the very beginning of this, and Trickset will get himself a lovely 2k at the beginning.
Oh, with the res!
From Mars with the two-man res, gonna turn this all the way back around, however. Armadillo Mon trying to push forward with that Winston ultimate, and this is gonna be a very nice defense coming in from Anna's imaginary menagerie.
Not sure what happened with Lemon right there, because he just started standing still, but this is going incredibly well right now for AIM, though that fight was fairly even almost all the way through until the end.
It looks like this is more of what we expected coming into this game. AIM, they're definitely in a class of their own, but they're just performing that little bit better than No Mercy here.
I think they're both about the same class in the fights in general. It's just that right now AIM has a bit better, like, execution on this point.
We're getting the fight coming through. Both sound barriers are going to be used at the very beginning of this fight, and No Mercy jumping forward. Now, once again, a self-destruct sequence will be coming through as Lemon going to be using. Self-destruct gets one, Dragon Blade gets another. That's going to be 3 kills already established as Natsukage chimes in for the 4th. And once again, beautiful fighting coming through from No Mercy as they're going to retake this point in overtime.
They pulled it back right at the end with the team kill bell chiming. They know exactly what they're doing. But support only being knocked off by Pigage. This is going to be an interesting fight coming in if they just dive in before support only can get back.
That's going to be a bit of a tilter going forward into this. The pharmacy is going to be established already as well from Lars from Mars and Pigage. Eros does get the kill down onto Natsukage, so that's going to be one healer out of the fight. A lot of utility now missing in this, as there's also going to be no shields with Absol being taken down by Tracer. Regaining control of the point will be AIM here. Trickset going very low. Pigage chiming in with so much explosive damage coming through from that Farah. Overtime ticking very dangerously here, and No Mercy cannot afford to get off of that point for a second. Armadillomon, however, realizing creating so much space on that Winston pick. That's going to be Natsukage forced to dive back in, taken down immediately by Eros, who's grasping that situation at the straw. Rocket Barrage does come down, doesn't find any kills, however, but that's going to be Lemon getting 2 kills with that beautiful Dragon Blade. Once again, Trickset using his ultimate sound barrier coming through, getting that extra team fight advantage, and it looks like until that happens, Lars from Mars with the 3-man res in this fight, evening it out just a little bit. Support only going to be using his tac visor, does get that 1 kill, going to be putting this into the favor of No Mercy once again, as they're trying their very best to swarm this point with 5 members at the second. Support only just getting shots in from the outside of the point, does try to find Eros, and he forces out that rewind as well. Going to be once again though, support only forced to use his heal, and it looks like this is going to be the point captured until Abuse Matt comes in on that Diva pick, taken out of the mech almost immediately. They need to regroup and reset here as No Mercy get themselves another fight.
Well, Matt really is down for the abuse, just going in right at the end.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
baby
kind
indeed.
of person. No. But yeah,
suddenly the stream turns a bit different.
Yes.
Family-friendly show.
They have to cover their children's ears and hope that it's alright.
Starting this off once again, we're going to be getting so much fighting already starting, and that's what we expected coming into this fixture. That's going to be once again the resurrect for the tempo here. Natsukage bringing back the soldier pick of support only. Trickset using his ultimate as well. Oh my goodness! Lemon going to be slicing off the head of that Mercy, as he's also going to pull out that Dragon Blade and kill off that Tracer. Natsukage does go down in return, however, but it's support only trading back the kills, and this is a beautiful defense coming in from No Mercy.
And Abuse Matt just dropping off the edge, knowing what he needs to do, just get back to his team.
At least it's not abusive, Matt.
Honestly, I think it's probably Abuse Matt, but I don't know. Like, every single time that we get into sentences, it just ends up into abuse instead of abuse.
Of course, that's the only way we could really try and chime it, as that's going to be Rocket Barrage coming down from Pigage, but that is a beautiful defense matrix that's going to be going into Enzo. Perfect positional play, 99 to 99%. Pigage taken off the side of the map as Trickset going to be trading back another kill. This is very even to start this off. Sleepy Bear will be using his sound barrier, but that's the res coming through. Tries to even out this fight a little bit more. Tac visor does come down, but that's mostly going to be going into another defense matrix, which is making all of the difference in this game so far. Lemon 9721 getting the kill down onto Tracer there, but it's Armadillomon trading that one back as Winston
Enzo
get
by himself.
A punch down onto that Japanese ninja himself. Enzo doing his work, however, as the little Korean midget is going to be inside that mech, getting 2 kills for herself. That's going to be Pigage taken out of the fight almost immediately, as Absol going to be abusing Matt himself. Absol gets another kill in onto Armadillomon as well, as that's going to be a sound barrier dropped into this fight, trying to secure even more of an advantage. Support only gets another kill as Absol diving once again, and it looks like No Mercy have done it. They've
have got
the
it.
first round, and my god, that was only the first round here.
Entirely come from behind victory on that first round of what I believe it's a best of 5. I think for this.
5.
Man, we have a long day ahead of us.
But that's not a bad thing.
No.
This has already proved to be such a contentious series.
I mean, that first map by itself was probably the most hype thing we have seen in the entirety of our time with OWL. This entire series is going to be ridiculous if it keeps on going that way.
This is definitely one of the more competitive games that we've probably ever seen.
Yeah, which is insane coming from a Div 6 and a Div 4 team together. They're both punching very high above their weight, honestly. The Div 4 team is playing like they should be much higher, and
the AIM are expected to be punching this hard.
Yeah.
It's just such a surprise that No Mercy are doing this so well, and once again, they are going to be fighting right in the face of the Goliath. This is David, and he is doing his best. He's not throwing rocks, however. He's throwing a bloody mech straight away into Armadillomon, push off the side of the map there. Absol will be abusing Matt once again, and he's going to take down the entirety of that Diva, as once again, the fight is going in favor of No Mercy, but once again, AIM pulling it back in their favor. This is a push and pull, and this is competitive as hell, as blue side of AIM trying to pull it back once again, getting the first point for themselves, and that's No Mercy gonna regroup.
yeah, no, like, AIM is playing like they're a Div 2, Div 3 team, and honestly, so is No Mercy. No Mercy's also playing like they're supposed to be in Div 3, Div 2, which is incredible from both of these teams. They're doing such a great job.
And one of the big things is we're noticing their decision making. Once they have to reset, they know to reset. They do it very quickly, and Pigage is going to be coming in with that rocket barrage, but Eros getting the kill with that pulse bomb. Pigage doing some more work outside of his ultimate, and that's a clear defense coming through from AIM, as once again, they're going to keep that point for themselves, and demonstrating that for us, support only, and Lemon jumping off the side just so that they can reset quicker.
Abuse Matt also jumping off for some reason, probably just to get his mech back. Yeah, he is abusing himself this time.
Well, at least he's not abusing anyone else. Once again, at least it's not abusive Matt.
Yes.
As once again, the fight coming through. Natsukage taking quite a dangerous hit there and taken very low. Brilliant direct hit coming in. As Lars from Mars also going dangerously low, but Abuse Matt and Eros are the ones to trade out the kills and actually secure them. Pigage does get one. Enzo only able to trade one back, as the contention on this point is going to be disassembled once again, and AIM keeping it, but we've seen this story before.
They are just holding this point. Honestly, No Mercy doesn't have any way that they can get back into this point as it is now. Though, honestly, the pressure of the last few percentage may be enough to push them in, just like it was last time.
And yes, once again, Jesse20 in chat saying this match is getting really intense. This is only the second round of this best of 5 on the King of the Hill. We have a very long time to go so far.
This is also only
Lemon
the second map of the best of 5 maps.
Exactly. Lemon and Natsu trying to retake in overtime once again. Sound barrier does come down, but will that shield be enough? Depleting very quickly, of course, as that's going to start to wear out, and that is where AIM are going to start taking this fight for themselves. Overtime, depleting very quickly. Pigage, Lars from Mars trying to find the fights as Eros finding one, trades out. Lemon trying to bring this back into their favor as Natsu brings back the monkey, and this could be the return form from him once again. He's done a lot of work so far. Support only going to be traded out on this one. However, Pigage doing brilliant work on that rocket barrage, but unfortunately will be taken out of the air. Enzo trading back and fragging out hard. This will be overtime, still going forward, but can AIM, they get the res in, they get the sound barrier, they could still keep this fight, and this could be 100-0 unless a miracle happens for No Mercy, who are getting fragged across the board here. Natsukage goes down, Lemon goes down, that's gonna be another sound barrier, but will it be enough coming into this? Monkeys are gonna be fighting monkeys with the boxing gloves, but support only gonna be chased out by the mech there, as overtime counting down once again. This fight going to be going on for a very long time as Abuse Matt going to be killing off Enzo's mech there. Pigage getting the 2 kills, finalizing them himself.
Barrage,
that's going to be the rocket
down.
barrage, but that's going to be the end of 11-9-7-2-1. Support only and Trickset, the only people left alive,
that's it for
and
this
that
one.
is AIM's map.
Now it is 1-1, and we still have to get to 3 to be done with this map. Who will take it? It's anybody's game at this point in this series.
And once again, this is still the best of 5 here, so we still have at least 2 more of these maps coming up. This, of course, being one of those.
Yeah, this is the only one that we haven't seen them play on yet, but it is nice and open, and honestly, it could go both ways with how they've been playing this, though. But we're seeing a change in tank for No Mercy, with Enzo now choosing a Zarya instead of the Diva, who's been working out for him so well.
I like the Zarya on this map, where we're seeing closer range fights coming in as well. Eros going to be the first person to be diving forward, as Armadillomon is going to be realizing that the rest of the people are inside the server room. Absol and Trickset pushing forward here. That's going to be some good initial charge coming in for Enzo. However, how he uses that will be the real question. Abuse Matt and Lemon going to be having a fight of their own, as now it's Lemon going to be trying to focus down the Lucio, but the fight going across the board as Absol going to be getting that first trade. Support only getting the second. Absol will be traded out, but this is still 2 for 2 now, as Pigage going to be pulling this back. Armadillomon will trade out Enzo as well, but Support only and Lemon, the divers, the flankers, they're doing the work. That's going to be a Reflect, getting a lot of damage back into the face of Pigage. Tagvisor already coming into this, as this will be trying to take back control of this point early.
And he did! They have gotten it back from that Tagvisor and from Abuse Matt's Diva, just doing an incredible job.
And what a start to this game, as that's going to be a huge start off for this. Eros still pushing forward, trying to get that initial knowledge where everybody's going to be coming from now.
Support only coming in to this fight as well, with his Dragon Blade, most likely going to use it.
And he's done a lot of work
and
on
he
that
has.
So far, as Support only gets 1. That's Lemon also getting a kill with his
and
pulse.
another, both the
that's
supports.
Both of the healers down, and it looks like No Mercy are going to be getting re-control of this fight. Armadillomon does try to create some space with that Winston ultimate, but only he can do is punch, as that's going to be Abuse Matt out of the mech as well, going down very quickly. Pigage on the outside of this fight now, trying to push in, trying to secure some damage, trying to retake this point, but this is the Swarm, this is the control, this is the rush, and this is Lemon getting 2 kills back down onto the healers once again. Pigage is going to be on the receiving end of some punishment here, as the point contention still coming in, and this is No Mercy doing their very best to push everyone out. However, that is still such a long time taken to actually get every kill on the board. Sleepy Bear will be the next person to jump on the point and keep the contestation going, but now Tsukage fragging out himself, as Sleepy Bear not being dealt with just yet. Abuse Matt going to be getting back into his mech. Fire at will doesn't come down, but it's eaten by the Diva. That's going to be a tilter, and you can hear Enzo's facepalm from a mile away. That's the pulse bomb killing off Armadillomon. Support only fragging out himself does get Pigage. Will Eros be able to make any difference
Support
here?
only
However,
again.
Support only,
and
my
again.
goodness, again going absolutely nuts. Is this Seagull once again coming into this, as he secures the point for his team.
And they have taken it back with 2 percentage points to spare. It's so sad that that fight took so long for them to stop, but they have the point back, and that is all that really matters right now.
And definitely taking that point back very early. We didn't expect them to get it back so easily, but they didn't have an easy time of that. 2 sound barriers coming into this, 98 to 39, 98 to 40 now. Dragon Blade once again coming through from Support only, who finds Pigage at the very beginning of this fight.
And
Sleepy Bear once again. This guy's aim is bloody on spot, and he is going to be getting all of the kills he needs. Blue side will trade back too, as the tanks are going to be chiming in to do the work here. Eros not able to find anyone with that tracer, as he's going to be taken down by Trixer. He does get a kill with the pulse bomb, however, but Armadillomon is doing his very best, as Pigage also does use that tac visor and pushes everybody back off the point, and it looks like AIM have re-secured this point at such a crucial moment.
Yeah, they have taken it back, and they probably will win the map at this rate with only 1% left. If nobody can get to the point, then it is over, and they have taken it. If they win one more map, then they will take this map from the series.
And honestly, one of the things that we see as a clear difference between AIM and No Mercy, AIM are able to execute just that little bit quicker. It took No Mercy such a long time to actually finish off that team fight, whereas AIM executed that team fight and they cleared everyone off the point with so much time remaining.
One of the differences between the teams, one of the big differences between the teams, is that execution time. AIM, it takes a long time, it seems like, for them to get their feet on the ground so that they can execute, but once they do, they end the fight pretty fast most of the time. It takes about, you know, maybe 2 minutes, but it's done. With No Mercy, depending on how the fight goes, it can drag out for minutes and minutes and leaving us talking for a very long time.
And definitely, it's still a pleasure to get fights as of such a high level like these ones coming through, but this is already going to be the start onto this point, as Lemon and Pigage going to be having the pharmacy battle with one another. Not going to be expecting too much to come in.
Oh, Enzo with a kill on Armadillomon.
Oh boy, Pigage got Lemon! The fight that we didn't expect anything to happen from, he gets it! What a madman is starting this fight off in the favour of AIM there, as they're going to be opening this point up with the advantage. Enzo trying to push in, but Pigage is the one doing the work here, as he's got 4 kills so far. Lemon is back onto the field now, however, and we'll see if his Pharah can pull anything back. Pigage is finally taken down by Enzo, however, as the self-destruct already coming into this fight. Lemon does find a kill of his own, finishing off the D.Va entirely, looking to see whether Armadillomon can start diving in onto the backlines. He does take Enzo's mech out of the equation. Support only still doing a lot of work on that Genji as he outflanks the extra flanker of Eros. Pigage with the rocket barrage,
but he's taken down
straight away until he is taken down by Trixer. Even trade, however, so far, as this is just a brawl.
Yeah, this is going no team's way because it just keeps on going.
And we haven't seen fights like this at all, really. Usually one team will just reset and try again. Support only already getting that Dragon Blade. Does get the kill onto D.Va's mech, but Lars from Mars will be bringing Abused Matt back. Enzo bringing a kill in onto Eros as well. Looks like
Lars from Mars
couldn't get too much work done with the Dragon Blade, but he does get a kill without it. The Shuriken's proving to be enough work as he picks off that Mercy. Trixet gonna get a kill onto Armadillomon, as Enzo will be the person to destroy Pigage this time around. And it looks like the fight is now going in favour of No Mercy, but that can change at a moment's notice, as we've seen so many times here.
Yeah, it definitely is going their way at this point. If they can get Abuse Matt down, then they'll be able to take it back. But Armadillomon jumping in at the very end of this time period.
And oh my goodness, we are still going with this. No Mercy do have themselves some point on that board, as Lemon is going to be getting that ultimate down. He does find a kill onto Lars from Mars, who's just not cutting a break this time around. 40% towards that ult, however. Oh my god! Double pulse bomb kills off Trick and Enzo, as that's going to be Natsuko
and they're
getting
back.
that resurrect into it. And this is No Mercy for the first time getting the point first off.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke so long ago, but it's like very hard now. It's been minutes since then. Oh, that's great. I love these fights.
Genuinely a lot, like, continuous as well.
Yeah.
There's no break.
No, it's very much a consistent speaking from either of us the entire time this match.
And how much do you think I am in pain right now?
A lot.
Let's give this a go as we're starting this off. Natsukage is going to have a nice position to keep healing up Lemon. We are hearing a Dragon Blade come through as support only once again getting a kill.
Killed with the Dragon Blade though.
Pulling Pigage out of the air with that fly swatter lob. With a brilliant position, does get the 3-man resurrect to reset this fight. Whether they're able to take the fight on the reset is the real question. It looks like Abuse Matt is going to answer that question for us as he gets the double frag down in onto the Monkey and onto the Lucio. That will be Lemon also taken out of the fight by Abuse Matt. He is doing such a lot of work on that D.Va pick as Pigage also trying to prove that his Pharah is... Oh my god, he's proved it! That's the 3 kills straight away as Eros is going to be finishing off that fight with the Pulse Bomb.
And Trickset going down in the hole. Armadillomon swatting him away with those boxing gloves. Good lord, the amount of speaking this time.
I think I need a third lung. If anybody out there in chat does have one they'd like to donate over, I will put it to good use, and I promise I'll give it back at some point.
Maybe. We could also sell it. There's that too.
I mean, we could. If anybody knows prices, do let me know, however. You can find me on Discord or on Twitter, as we're going to be getting this fight starting once again. Natsukage taken very low, as Lemon's going to be the one to get the 2-man Rocket Barrage already starting this fight out. Brilliant work coming through, but Lars from Mars, once again, proving why our competitive Overwatch hates Mercy, as Enzo finding a kill down onto Eros with that self-destruct. Lemon proving that he can still play Pharah as he gets 2 kills of his own, and it looks like
they're going to take it back.
Are going to re-establish control of this point.
They need to kill Armadillomon fast so they can just get the percentage back. Eros coming in and the Mercy too, so might not be as easy for them.
Of course, Lars from Mars has no ultimate available. Natsukage does have that reset available to him, however, support only going to be taking out Lars from Mars at the very beginning as Lemon is going to kill off the Tracer, and it looks like this retake, even though it's taking longer than expected, is probably going to go through. Enzo picking Pigage out of the air, as that's going to be a Monkey jumping around on point. Support only using his Dragon Blade once again to such success, picking off Sleepy Bear. Sleepy Bear will not be able to use that ultimate in this fight, as Trickset going to be getting the boot onto Mini D.Va as Hannah's taken out, and that's going to be Tracer down to finish off the fight. Natsukage with the tempo res.
Getting everybody back up for the next fight. Good idea from him, especially with how these fights have been going. They need everybody on the fight next time that it comes, or else they're not going to be able to take it. This is too close for that to happen.
This is probably the most even map we've seen so far in terms of percentiles, and once again proving that to be the case. No Mercy finally getting the percentage advantage, but Armadillomon going to be getting the team fight advantage, as that's going to be Lemon using that Rocket Barrage to get himself 1 kill down onto the Mercy, but that's both Mercies now down and out of this fight. Overtime is going to be coming in now as Armadillomon using the ultimate, securing the boxing glove kill down onto Lemon. Trickset will use the boot. 3-man Pulse Bomb! What the hell was that? That's going to retake this point for sure here. Trickset and Natsukage cannot do anything here.
They're just retreating back and hoping that they don't die on the on walking back to their team. They need to get to this point though. There's only a few percentage points left.
99 to 96, and this is still going to be so close. This is the moment that is going to decide this map. Will we go to the round 5, or will we be going to our 3rd map for AIM now? This will be Natsukage taken off the side of the map, not able to get back to any of his teammates. Doesn't have... Nope. He doesn't have his ultimate available to him. Sorry for that pause there. Armadillomon taking another kill down onto support only, as Eros will take D.Va out of her mech. Oh my goodness. D.Va not cutting a break.
And an angry monkey.
Goomba stomped by a monkey there. That must be a very poor way to go down.
No.
Very painful way at that one.
I'm sure.
Trading another kill down onto Pigage as Trickset uses his sound barrier, getting that team fight advantage in the form of a shield, which is now depleted. Overtime still coming through, and we are at 99 to 99, which has been the story of all of these maps so far. Still contestation coming in from No Mercy. If they're able to get this, they will be going 2-0 up in the series. Pigage pulling it back, and Pigage winning that map for them. AIM bringing this series 1-1 as we go to game 3. This is going to be a very long day for us, and this is probably
it is.
that 3-man Tracer Pulse Bomb that we did get to see as well.
Probably is. It was an incredible play, if it is.
You see the excellent positioning coming in from him.
And
Stick
it
onto
was!
the neck. Oh, absolutely dirty coming
It's
through.
great.
And this time, we do have AIM getting at least one card onto the board.
Yeah, with 69 eliminations this time, as opposed to 70 from the last one.
Well,
AIM
what can you do,
won and No Mercy won. This was crazy.
Yes. Yes, it was. And of course, we are once again going back into a position where we have at least 2 more maps available to us.
We do. And they have a choice for this of... Let us bring up the options.
The map 3 is going to be a payload map, and the loser will be picking here. So, loser pick, and it will be between Gibraltar
And Route 66.
and Route 66. Yep, that's the one. So, we're going to have to see what AIM are going to pick for this one. Looks like they are really liking the Route 66 pick already.
Yep.
And sorry, I misspoke there. It's No Mercy, of course, to
Yes,
pick
with
here.
the pick. Okay, Route 66 for them.
And it does look like we're not... Oh, no, we're going to have another quick stall of a few minutes. So, I think that's a very good time for us to take a quick
Yeah.
breather. Breathe
It's a good
being
time
the
for
key
us to
word.
get some fluids and hope that we don't die in the meantime. So we will be back in a minute.
Personally, a big paper bag to breathe into. So, we'll be
Yes.
back in just a couple of moments. Don't tune that URL to any other, as we will be back for our Game 3 of this finals. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the league which keeps on giving, as we are going to head straight back into our EUB finals. We're on map 3, and once again you guys are joining myself, Daniel Dudge Sandal, and my wonderful co-host, who I'm sure is still trying to survive here,
Pretty
Energy
much.
Being.
I am attempting. It is a hard attempt, but I am attempting. Okay.
We are having quite a big series come up here today, and if you guys have just tuned in, the contention in this series is amazing. We have Division 6 No Mercy going up against Division 4 Anna's Imaginary Menagerie, and No Mercy have taken this series, well, very much by the throat,
Yeah, by
and they are doing
surprise,
their
for
best.
sure. Definitely by surprise, at the very least. They are, the Div 6 team out of this Div 4 and Div 6. And both of these teams are actually playing like they're in Div 3 or Div 2, which is pretty much the Masters area. So this is pretty intense coming out of both of these teams.
Definitely showing their improvement across the season as well. Earlier on, when in the season when we got to cast No Mercy before, they were a little bit nervous coming in, but of course they did still take the entire they went through the entire season without taking a loss within their division.
Yeah, they know what they're doing for sure, and both of these teams are fighting for their lives, fighting for the winner of the EUB finals.
And look at this. This is such a far forward defense coming in from Anna's Imaginary Menagerie as well.
There are a few people in the back just hanging out, but not much. Just Pigage and their Mercy.
Oh, that dive is going to be caught out almost immediately.
Oh,
going to be taking
already
that
a
one
kill.
by surprise. Brilliant work there as Sleepy Bear is going to be taken out of the fight almost immediately, and Support Only going to get another kill in. He's on that Genji once again, and he's got so many kills. What a way to start this off, as No Mercy are almost going to fully wipe AIM and push this payload at the very beginning.
If they did that a few seconds faster, we would have gotten the team kill bell, but as it is, the defending team is mostly back, and they are walking back towards the point.
But of course they do get to bypass the very beginning corner, which is usually where we see teams get stalled off. Of course, Big Earls, is where we can still see the stall coming in from Abuse Matt, trying his very best to take Lemon out of the sky, but that's going to be a Diva versus a Farah. Support Only already got that Dragon Blade, does get a kill down onto Sleepy Bear, and he's going to be slicing and dicing his way through the entire enemy team. Enzo getting the kill down onto Lars from Mars there, as Eros trying to put in work from behind. He does get killed off by Mini Diva, unfortunately. Absol and Lemon back securing that dive and securing this payload once again.
Support Only said he was going to kill those supports, and he actually did it. The absolute madman. Like,
I think Support Only is actually the name of his targets.
Yeah,
so
pretty
far,
much.
That's all he's been doing.
I think that is exactly what it is that he named himself for the people that he kills first.
And he has been doing that so consistently as well. An absolute MVP performance coming out of him. Self-destruct,
and a
gonna
kill!
be getting a kill down onto Sleepy Bear. Enzo on point with those in this series so far. Lemon and Natsukage back in the air once again, trying to get that air superiority, and they do get to kill Lars from Mars as a result. Support Only once again getting the kill down onto Pigage. Team Captain not having a very good day here, as he's getting killed off almost consistently, and I've got to feel really bad for the guy. Absol also doing a lot of work. Lemon at 9-2-1. Oh my god, Support
man.
Only! That's a 3K with the Dragon Blade.
He's popping off like every single time that we see him do anything with that. And he gets that Dragon Blade super frequently too. It's not like it's something that he pulls out, once every few team fights. It's more or less every team fight for that guy, which is insane, man. They can take it, honestly, on Lemon and Support Only's merits alone for the most part. Like, the rest of the team is doing an incredible job supporting them, but they are making sure that all of this works. in addition with Absol on that Winston. And the fight is already coming out, spreading out this
bit
time.
of trivia as this fight is going to be starting off. Support only has actually got more hours on supports than he has on Genji.
How?
Yet he is still paying. Oh, Natsukage going to be resetting this fight. So let's begin. Let's get into it as support only once again going to be targeting down Pigage. Taken out of the fight almost immediately and then getting Sleepy Bear on that Lucio. Not having a good day for any of the supports here as the third kill is going to be coming in. Armadillo one taken down almost immediately following that as this is going to be No Mercy. Once again securing a team fight victory.
Honestly, I wish I'd see them have more people on the payload sometimes when they're pushing it, but they're doing such an incredible job of finishing these team fights on the attack that it honestly doesn't even matter. They have so much free space just from winning these team fights alone.
No space even needed as the fight going to be starting once again. Armadillo Mon is going to be going quite deep into this fight, and that is going to be both sound barriers used once again. Self-destruct sequence.
Oh, and a kill.
Once again, every time he uses it, he gets at least one kill. Enzo securing the kill onto Eros this time. Another Dragon Blade layered with the Rocket Barrage. Lars from Mars does get the Resurrect out, but support only is going to be retaking
and he dives Lars from Mars.
As Lars from Mars gets killed off by that Genji once again. Abuse Matt is going to be getting abused on the backlines here as he just cannot survive with the rest of the team on top of him. Pigage will be coming in for a bit of support, but he's not going to be able to do too much from that as the rest of No Mercy are regrouping. They are back as a swarm and they are going to bring a ball of death on top of the rest of AIM here.
But definitely not a death ball. This is definitely some of the best dive play that we've seen in tournament history here. EU and NA as far as I've seen.
This is definitely coming close to Don't Blink earlier on in the season after their 1 week of coaching.
Yeah.
And we saw them come in with such a beautiful dive comp that just swarmed an entire series. It was over before it had begun, and this is looking similar from both teams here.
The one thing about that, though, is they were so dominantly, like, good on the attack and defense. We weren't, you know, getting extended periods of them doing wonderful work. This is both sides being able to execute these dive comps like a semi-pro team more than anything else, honestly.
And both teams as well making this look easy as they're coming in. The fight still going forward as Absol gonna get 2 kills for himself of the entire
and another Dragon Blade
composition coming through. Dragon Blade will be coming into this as support only, trying to target out those supports, but finally people are gonna start focusing him whenever he comes in. Armadillo Mon will get the kill down onto him, but Absol will frag out onto the Diva mech. Sleepy Bear will be taken down as Lemon!
2.
My god, man! What the hell was that? That's a 2-man.
And the tempo res.
Rocket Barrage also coming through. The tempo res comes in to keep this momentum pushing forward. That will be the 2nd point secured for No Mercy.
And they have 1 minute and 40 seconds coming into this next point. Lars from Mars just kind of doing a little bit of annoyance and stopping the payload for a few seconds before finally being killed by the team. This is such a good play from everybody involved in this game.
I feel like Lars needs to switch it up a little bit. He's getting targeted down so easily from every member here. And I'm not saying he's a liability, but he really needs to be able to defend himself a little better because this dive is not allowing for the defenses to come through. He's going to start moving backwards now. He does have that Resurrect available to him. Support only will be fragging out, getting that kill straight away down onto the Diva mech as Lemon going to kill off Armadillo Mon entirely. That's going to be a pulse bomb, just not going to be able to finish off the huge health pool of Enzo, now using that self-destruct.
And 2 kills!
How?
2!
Oh, this is probably the res coming in now, however, from Lars from Mars.
Yes,
he does get that. Pigage is going to trade off a kill onto Natsukage. Dragon Blade once again does come out as he's going to be trying to find that Mercy. Not going to be able to do. He does it in the very end of that, and he gets out of there with ease on the reset. Abuse Matt taken out of the mech and taken out of this game temporarily, sent back to the respawn. Going forward now is going to be our monkey Armadillo Mon doing his best to punch, create some space, but he's only creating space for himself, and this is payload still going forward.
It keeps on moving. the payload will not stop in this game. Lemon has switched off to the soldier for this final point, doing a fairly good job of it so far, but this is honestly one of the most intense fights just we've seen in the game ever from these teams. And this is crazy coming out.
Visor will come out from Pigage, however, as that's going to be killing off Natsukage in the backline. He's not going to be able to use his Resurrect in this fight. Tac Visor going to be responded to by Pigage, Lemon this time around, but he's taken out almost immediately by Abuse Matt at the beginning of the fight. That's going to be Abuse Matt now using his ultimate, the self-destruct, killing off 2 members straight away. Eros getting a kill for himself as Pigage using those Helix rockets. That's game. For now.
For now. It is entirely possible. If they just kept on... If they can get a nice, strong defense like we saw from them on King's Row, then they will be able to win this series. Still, it is entirely possible at this point that they can pull this out.
Definitely the case. We're going to have to see how the shoe looks on the other foot now. And take a look at these comps. What are we expecting to come out here? Pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same. Lars from Mars changing it up for attack, going on to the Ana. The Mercy is very good. She has like some of the best mobility in the entire game, but he just kept on getting focused down by support only a little bit too much, I think, and the switch has finally come out for that, and I think it'll probably be good for him in the end, if he sticks with it. Though Pigage is going with the Pharah, so he is switching over back to the Mercy. Support only, already taking that soldier, not even knowing what's coming out of the attacking team, and I think it's probably a very good decision that he made.
Gonna have to see how this is gonna work. We do now have, of course, No Mercy taking that defensive side. Looking at the soldier pick, it's not something we've seen from support only, but
we
doesn't
have
really
a little
contribute
bit,
to
but
it.
not
No
too
dive
much.
coming in for once from these guys either.
Well, no proper dive at the very least. This is definitely kind of its own thing, but they are playing it in a dive fashion, and it's been working out for them, like, doing what they do. So I think it is entirely possible that they could hold up this defense, especially with how King's Row went the first time.
Exactly the case. So we're going to have to see how Route 66 is going to go for these teams now. If, of course, we do get to see... Well, sorry, no matter what happens, No Mercy and AIM are both tied up in the series so far 1-1. So we have at least this map and another map coming afterwards, regardless.
We do. It's entirely possible that we could see the full 5 in this one, though.
And probably will from how consistent this fighting has been so far. Lemon pushing this forward very hard. Will be trying to find the rocket damage coming down, but that's going to be 2 pharmacies on the board at the second. Monkeys will be diving across, and once again the tickles will be coming down.
Oh,
Absol will kill off Abuse Matt, so that's the first blood going to be drawn here at the beginning of this fight. Now, of course, where is the next focus going to be? Support only with those Helix rockets already. Now, let's see if Lemon gets a kill onto Lars, as that's going to be Pigage also going down. Lemon proving to be the MVP at the very beginning of this fight.
Honestly, like, Lemon and support only are the people that I will nominate for the players of, like, this entire series, I think. Like, the MVP of the entire series. I think support only, at this point, kind of edges out Lemon, but they still are both incredible the entire time.
And we're gonna have to see if that does carry on forwards. Sorry, we do have a couple of notes coming in from production as well, so we may seem a little bit distracted, but payload is going to be going forward at the very beginning of this. Lemon vying for position, as that's going to be a sound barrier, starting this fight off very well. Lemon with the rocket barrage doesn't take out kills, but 2 kills! Gets the 2k with the Diva mech there. Support only, he's trying to find something. Oh my goodness, Pigage absolutely takes him out in the face there, as Natsukage forced to use that one-man res. Enzo does get the kill down onto Pigage, and it looks like the defense is starting to come back. Definitely No Mercy doing a very good job and doing better on the defense.
Abuse Matt running in now with the Dragon Blade up, getting 1 kill, 2 kills. Both the supports out of the fight now. But Enzo and Lemon putting up a decent fight, still holding this payload.
Lars from Mars going to be resetting the fight as well with that Resurrect as Eros using his own skills to get their headshots down onto Lemon. 9-7-2-1 at the beginning of this. Eros taking down Enzo's mech, and Pigage going to finalize that kill entirely. Support only will no longer be in this fight either, and it looks like the payload is going to be delivered to point 1.
The amount of time that they have delayed this, though, they have really set themselves up to do well in the next rounds if they can hold off this attack for a bit longer.
Setting themselves up for success continuously has been the name of the game for No Mercy.
Oh my god, that was dirty.
This payload so far, Abuse Matt and Eros getting kills of their own onto the board at the very beginning, as Absol is going to kill off Armadillomon in the trade. Looks like AIM do have a good position here to start pushing. Abuse Matt getting the kill down onto support only now with that slice and dice, and now Enzo trying to get some more position back.
Nobody
little
this
bit
time.
Early on the release there, so no kill going to be coming through from that self-destruct, which is probably a first or a second time we've seen that. Pigage now going to get the kill onto Trickset as the Dragon Blade does come down. Picks Natsukage out of the sky. Is that a sword or is that a fly splitter? Because it's just taken out Pharmacy entirely.
He took out the Pharmacy combo with a Dragon Blade. That is ridiculous. You never see that.
Now let's see what's next. The payload still moving forward. There is still a chance for No Mercy even, to contest this. Gonna see the sound barrier coming through across the entire team. Oh, the rocket barrage takes so much damage across across No Mercy. It doesn't look like they will be able to contest this as effectively as they could. The Resurrect will come through, bringing Absol back into the fight. Could create some space here. Natsukage finding himself a good position, but taking a couple of direct hits almost immediately. This is Pigage. He is on form with that Farah. He kills off the Mercy straight away here. Pigage does then kill off Trickset, so that's both healers out of this fight. Can the DPS do the rest of the work? And support only able to trade one before going down.
I don't know how I feel about his Reaper pick. Everything else has been working out so well for him. He honestly should probably just switch back to that Genji. And he is switching back to that Genji. Lemon on the McCree now, seeing if he can take out the Pharah in the Mercy combo. Pharmacy combo. Words. So many words.
Difficult combination to actually pick out of the sky, and it looks like, strangely, the Genjis have been doing a better job at taking Pharmacy out of the sky than anyone else.
They have been. In the past, in this series at least, they have been doing much better at countering everything than the rest of their teammates.
And here comes the fight straight away. Abuse Matt gonna be using that Dragon Blade, does get the kill almost immediately onto Natsukage. That Weave Sword is gonna do work and puts a lot of damage across the team. Blue side pushing this so heavily, and a beautiful fight across the board, only using the one ultimate there as they almost wipe the entire team. Lemon is going to be forced onto the soldier pick instead. Does already start to get himself some ult charge, but Trickset not able to contest as much as he could. Rocket Barrage comes down, misses almost everything until Trickset is taken down, and this is 3 meters left on this. Only left to take this map for themselves. Diva Bomb killing Abuse Matt. Now this one person, 4 people still left alive. That's going to be the sound barrier trying to keep this fight going. AIM still in position to push forward, and AIM are taking this fight back to No Mercy. That's a Bastion pick already taken out. Heroes do never die, says Natsukage. 2 people back left alive. Can that make the difference? Pigage killing off Enzo. Blue side of AIM only have so much left to go. 2 meters 89 left as Lemon using that tac visor already gets the kill down onto Eros, but Armadillomon creating so much space in that backline as Enzo trying to create space in the front line himself. Armadillomon using the ultimate now does get the kill, but Abuse Matt is back at it again. Rocket Barrage and Dragon Blade getting kills of their own. That's Diva taken out of mechs. That's Sleepy Bear gonna secure the kill. May is now brought into this fight and taken out. 1 meter 68 left as this is slowly getting there. 52 seconds left, and that is game! AIM taking this series 2-1.
They are doing such a good job this game. This is incredible. honestly, it could come back though with how this series has been going. It is anybody's game still, but AIM, Anna's Imaginary Menagerie, is at 2, and No Mercy is at 1. If AIM gets one more map, then they will win this full series and take the title of winners of the EUB Finals Tournament.
Of course, though, if No Mercy are able to bring back one more point, we will be going to Game 5 in this series. But of course, we do have a little break coming up, but whilst we are going into that break, just to let you guys out there know, we are going to be hosting a giveaway courtesy of Pimp, our man, our admin, and our boss over from NA. So if you guys would like to be entered into that draw, just type finals in chat and Pimp will be hosting that draw very soon afterwards. But for now, of course, don't tune that dial anywhere else, because we're going to head over into a quick 5-minute break and get our next lobby sorted out for you guys, and we will continue our finals.
Alright, we will be back in a few minutes. See you then.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our finals of EUB for the Overwatch University League. We have just come off of Anna's Imaginary Menagerie, winning a fantastic game on Route 66. No Mercy, of course, trying to bring it back in this best of 5. People in the chat have been saying 2CP lol. Well, we thought we'd give you some 2CP. We're going to be heading over to the 2CP to end all 2CPs in Hanamura. Once again, I am joining you, Daniel Dudge Sandal, and joining me is the wonderful energy__being.
Hello, and welcome back. We are going into this with AIM defending first. They are just choosing that so that they can probably set the precedent on what they have to come back against. But this is going to be Hanamura, the map that ends all maps. The one that when you see in comp you go, dude, seriously man? Seriously? This today? Why? Why this?
At least it looks nice. I mean, that's one bonus. I mean, we're going to start in a nice dojo. We get to go through some huts. Oh, what's it called? Cherry Blossom, that's the one. And then we get to see just a really nice pagoda where both of these teams, who have been fighting ridiculously hard, are just going to have an absolute brawl.
Yeah.
Of course, will we be seeing the incredible Genji play coming back and coming home here?
I think we're going to see the Genji play coming back. I think we're going to see more or less the comps that we saw earlier coming back from both of these teams. I'm trying to find it. Oh, okay, so these have been translated recently, these buildings on the wall, like on the right side going up to the first point, and apparently the graffiti says Hanzo is watching from the shadows, which, I mean, if it isn't as edgelord as Reaper, it definitely is close, so hey!
That is pretty spooky. Of course, we have been having a little bit of a giveaway in chat, and congratulations to Ardit Tristan in chat for winning some lovely Oval stickers. Fantastic play. Thank you for entering, and we hope you are going to enjoy the rest of the show here.
Das Kesselbrot said, yeah, I wish we had some of those stickers. When we use Facecam next season, it'll be nice to have it near us. But hey, what can you do? We're just the talent.
I'm not sure which hat to rep on stream. I've got a nice Virtus Pro hat in the background, but of course we don't have Virtus Pro actually playing Overwatch, so it's going to be a little bit of a waste. So, coming into this, nobody is going to be holding a choke point. Lemon and support only already going to start dashing through there. No Mercy, of course, on a brilliant attack at the very beginning of this as Absol pushing forward on that monkey contestation already coming in. Lemon 9721 getting the first frag. Balcony is going to be pushed here as the cliff top will be a deadly place to start this fight off. Natsukage supporting from the back line, but that will be him now going up against the D.Va. Natsukage winning the fight against the D.Va, and No Mercy gonna be swarming this point. Beautiful dry push on the map we all hate.
They might be able to take the entire thing. If they can keep it up like that, then this is going to be insane. They have 7 minutes going into the next point of the map. And if they can just bum rush it and get some frags in the beginning, then they're going to be on a very, very easy fight.
This is, of course, the point in a normal competitive game where some people either start tilting in chat or start leaving the game. Sleepy Bear will be getting the entry frag on
Lars from Mars down!
721 will be getting the kill onto Lars from Mars, as you say. Eros trading back down onto Natsukage, so the fight still going fairly even across the board. Plenty of time to work with as No Mercy getting that punch, taking Abuse Matt out of his mech. And we've already made so many jokes about his name, I just can't even keep that up anymore. Defense will be holding this for now, however. Plenty of time still left.
There is tons of time to attack this. They have 6.5 minutes, really, to get into this point. The defense is using a Sombra, which is a bit different than normal, especially for defense. But they are just hacking some of those health packs, and I guess they're trying to use it to get a little bit of extra healing with their DPS. And that is totally fine. It's a decent decision for them to make, and they have the EMP to abuse when the enemy gets onto the point finally.
I do really like to see that Sombra pick finally starting to come into action here. It's a brilliant pick across the board, and using it properly can be terrifying. Abuse Matt is going to be put at a disadvantage at the very beginning of this, but Pigage will be fragging back. Dragonblade now coming down. Oh my
taken
goodness!
out.
That was such a quick execution coming in from AIM, as they are going to take 3 whole kills. That will be all of Support Only's ultimate just wasted because of AIM's beautiful defense.
That was insane. Sleepy Bear got a high-speed collision with that ball to his face.
And that is definitely not a good image to put in your mind at
No.
the very beginning of this.
No,
but
it's definitely
I guess that's a
not.
problem with my mind rather than anything else.
This is
5
true.
ultimates available on the side of AIM, with Abuse Matt's ultimate coming up very soon as well. First ultimate is going to be used by Armadillomon alongside the EMP. That's going to be a lot of defense lost already from No Mercy on the offensive side. Abuse Matt using that opportunity to use his ultimate, getting 1 kill. Lemon fragging back 1, but Abuse Matt is pulling this forward so quickly. Eros getting a kill onto the flanker of Tracer there, and the health bars are pretty topped up on the side of No Mercy, but there is nobody down from AIM that can really take advantage of this fight.
I think, honestly, they may have to switch up their team composition to be able to take this properly. I think Lemon on the Pharah might actually work better for them in this case.
Now let's see whether the stall is going to be coming forward. Natsukage going to be making the opening pick here. Enzo will follow up to that one with Armadillomon and Pigage also fragging back in the back lines. That's going to be a pulse bomb to get the kill down onto Pigage, as the fight is going to be taken onto this point. Natsukage fragging out on the Zen Buddhist monk, who's not very zen in this one, but the res will come through. Lars from Mars trying his very best to reset this fight, but the kills still going in favor of No Mercy. Get the kill twice is just as good as getting that kill once. Eros pushed very far back, and Pigage trying to use that Soldier 76 ultimate to get as much work done as he can. Dragonblade, however, gonna kill him off almost immediately, as Lemon is going to trade on to the Mexican woman herself. Armadillomon does create a bit of space with his Primal Rage, however, but still the fight going on. The stall is so absolutely heavy here. It is unreal, and it does look like No Mercy are just unable to push through the stall.
They need to at least get some percentage on the clock. They still have 3 minutes going into this. They have tons of time to work with. They just need to be able to get some percentage on so it can make themselves easier for them on defense at the very least if they can't take it. Support only switching over to the Pharah instead of Lemon now, which is an interesting decision.
Very solid defense so far coming in from AIM. What can we see No Mercy do to break this?
I mean, No Mercy, I think if they just switched over to Lemon on Pharah and, support only on Genji or support only maybe on Soldier instead, then it might work out better for them, because they'd have more damage and then some consistent damage, but...
And already consistency coming through. Natsukage, once again the man to get the introductory pick onto this EMP, coming back down once again. Eros going to be trading out onto Natsukage. That Sombra pick getting 2 killed. What a beautiful kill with the SMG. Who said Uzis can't be effective? Enzo will get 1 kill traded back, but Abused Matt will do his very best on the back line of this. Pigage going to cement the rest of that defense, getting the kill down onto support only and forcing No Mercy to once again reset.
Definitely. They need to come at this a different way. They have 3 DPS now, single tank, and 2 healers, which is different. They may be able to pull this off, but it didn't work for them the last push, and it may not this time, depending. But there are 2 offensive ults up with the Pulse Bomb and the Attack Visor. They may be able to pull it off if they can get Abuse Matt out of his mech fast.
And
oh nope.
God! 2 kills coming in from Armadillomon. Who said the tickle doesn't do enough damage? What a brilliant way to start this defense off. 1 minute 30 left on the clock.
They are putting up a very good defense, honestly. I can't say that they need to change anything. The way that this is going, they're not even using their ults. They're moving together as a team. They're just doing incredible work.
And that work is going across the board. AIM proving that they are very composed in this high-pressure scenario. Absol and the rest of the team will be trying to push through, but a dive now coming straight into the backline support, only getting the first kill as Absol killing off Sleepy Bear. This could be the fight. EMP, on the other hand, is going to be used defensively. That's going to be self-destruct on top of the EMP, getting 2 kills there. Rocket Barrage trading 1 back, but this is such an even fight. We are still going to be in favor of AIM, who do have that spawn advantage. However, Eros not able to survive such huge focus fire coming through to him, as No Mercy's attack is once again crushed.
That EMP was so well timed. The Lucio just used his ult, and the EMP wiped away all of the shields from it. It directly countered everything that Lucio put out there, and the Sombra can get her ult so much faster than Lucio. It doesn't even matter. She could just blow that when she likes.
And there's so much coming into this. 5 seconds left. Enzo jumping in. We are going to have overtime secured no matter what. That's still not a chevron on the board, however. Both transcendences are going to be used, as this is quite zen in here. But the rest of the fight looking big. There's the checkpoint.
2 ticks.
There's a second checkpoint as well. This is already a good start coming into this. Pigage using that defensive ultimate, getting 2 kills onto the prime
and
targets.
The attack visor coming out. Not doing anything though.
Attack visor come down, but that goes straight into Abuse Mat's defense matrix. It looks like AIM have re-established control, and they are going to stop it at only 2 chevrons.
They have 70% on the board though, which is a good amount for the defense. They can hold it if they can completely repel AIM from that second point.
Of course, we will have to see how No Mercy do play on the defensive side here. From their attack, we can see that they are very coordinated, but of course AIM are just pulling that extra bit of wool over the eyes with execution.
It seems like as time goes on, No Mercy's getting a little bit more worn out or not able to work together quite as much, and AIM is just fairly consistent through this entire thing. It takes them a bit longer to warm up, I think, than it does for No Mercy, but they're definitely better at executing, they're faster at executing, and it seems like they're able to keep their composure longer.
Definitely the case, and that's one thing that we did speak about at length at one point last season when we were talking about momentum and just the amount of tilt which teams can have coming through. Of course, No Mercy haven't been in this position where they're punching so heavily above their weight category, but they're doing it so well.
No, they're doing incredibly well. They are 2 divisions lower just normally than AIM is, but both of them are punching above their weight class. It's just that, honestly, No Mercy is punching so far above their weight class right now, I don't know if they're able to keep it up quite as long.
Exactly the case, and we're going to have to see whether that defense is going to be coming through from them. AIM proving that they are able to execute better, however, and looking at their composition, they are going to be sticking with that Sombra pick.
Yeah, looks like they are, because the Sombra's been working out well for them. I don't understand. If they'd change it right now, there really wouldn't be a reason. They haven't done it on attack, though, which will be interesting to see from them.
Well, we're going to have to see whether their attack is going to be as crushing as it was from No Mercy. They're already going to be starting that dive in, support only on the roof, trying to get the damage down across the board. That's going to be Sleepy Bear with that introductory pick, as First Blood is going to be drawn. He's going to be chasing down Soldier alongside Eros. Lemon will trade 1 kill back, but Armadillo Mon and Sleepy Bear doing so much work here. This is going to be the Red Swarm once again going to be taken down, as AIM are winning this fight so massively as they start to jump onto the point now, and they are going to be taking this no matter what. The stall, however, is coming through thick and fast, as Absol is now back into the fight. A huge health pool is available to him, but he is taken down so quickly.
That was so fast. Honestly, it may have just been better for him to pull back, but there is still Lemon in the game, but he's just taken out now. It made sense for him to come support his team, but honestly, at this point, it might just be better to move back.
I am seeing such a lot of stalling at least coming through from these guys, so we're going to have to see whether that does make a difference in the end. 2 minutes 30 left on the board as Abusemat is going to be getting that nano boost now, does get the first kill as both healers are taken off the board from No Mercy. This is going so heavily in their favor. Abusemat getting that third kill, and we are pushing No Mercy off of this point so heavily now, and that is probably going to be it for here.
And that's that part of the map. We are now switching over to point B. They took them a minute longer to cap that point, but they did, and now they have 70% to contend with. Once they get that 70% though, this map is over, if they can do that.
And already the EMP coming down, making quite the big difference here alongside that extra shielding. Pigage using that Dragon Blade, getting the kill down onto Trickset. This could be game, set, and match here for AIM, but that's Enzo getting that defensive ultimate in. That's one kill off the board. Eros does kill off Natsukage, so that's not going to be any extra healer coming through. Trickset is still available to the team, however, getting the speed, getting the utility, and getting an extra bit of damage across the team. Support only on that soldier, going to get focus fired down and taken out of the fight almost immediately. Absol is next in line for that treatment. Natsukage is back now and providing quite a lot of healing to the team, and it looks like red is starting to come on the board and onto this fighting platform, as this is going to be a fantastic defense coming through from No Mercy in the face of adversity.
Even though the blue team was so on top of the attack every single time. Oh, Euros being caught out now on the Sombra, hiding near the health pack. But even though the blue team was so dominant on that attack, they weren't able to get the red team entirely off of that point at all, only really getting 5% on the meter before they were pushed out finally. They work well together as a team, they fight well together as a team, but they just weren't able to coordinate well together as a team to kill everybody on that point. They were focusing on other people, they weren't focusing on the percentage when maybe they should just be trying to play the objective at this moment.
Of course, once again, we have to bear in mind No Mercy playing under the pressure that if they lose at this point, they lose this entire series after fighting so hard to bring this back. AIM now starting to come back together and find themselves an angle of which to approach from. They are fully healed up, and this is going to be the Diva mech coming through.
And a kill with the mech.
The Call mech getting the kill down onto Pigage. Enzo, what a god, as that is going to be such a aggressive defense coming in from No Mercy and stalling for even more time.
That was great for them. Pigage and Lars from Mars, Sleepy Bear, Eros, and Armadillo all have their ults now. Now Abusemat as well. They have full ults to abuse and take this point with. There's so much they can work with coming into this. And I think it's probably going to be a Pigage Lars from Mars combo trying to aggress on this.
And this is the aggression coming through.
Oh, but he's dead before he can pull it out.
Already jumping in. Pigage not able to get the blade across, but that is the EMP coming down. Breaking it down now as the sound barrier going across the rest of the team, and this will give them such a huge health advantage. Absol getting that kill just before he gets killed off. Trickset does use his ultimate, and that is going to re-secure team fight advantage in the favor of No Mercy. Enzo getting the kill on his adversary as Armadillomon only able to trade one back. Eros in the line of fire, not able to go invisible, and No Mercy coming together when it matters.
Three ults were used in that fight, and nothing came of it. Well, 3 ults from AIM's side, and nothing came from it. There are still 2 ults on the side of No Mercy now, both of their tanks able to use their ults to keep this point in order.
Such a huge way to start this off. No Mercy could very well bring it back on 2 CP and bring us to a game 5 in this the most hype series we've had so far. That's going to be Armadillomon, however, jumping in straight away. That's first Chevron already coming in. Armadillomon does get the kill down onto support only, as this is Dragon Blade
Pigage
finally coming down from Pigage. Going to be making the difference as Trickset taken out of the fight almost immediately. Sleepy Bear getting that 1 kill. Enzo only able to trade 1 back as he is taken out of the mech. That's going to be Eros and Abusemat now pushing this forward. That's oh my goodness, Absol, the only man left alive as Pigage doing so much work. We do have have the Mei coming in from support only, however, trying
And
to
the res.
get that. Res comes through from Natsukage
And
down
the
onto 2 men
EMP!
as the EMP once again self-destruct going down. 1 kill with that. Sleepy Bear getting the kill onto Natsukage. The contestant still coming through as Abuse Mat going to get frozen up. Support only going to be taken down by Pigage. Trixet next in line for this treatment as he's pushed off the point. Objective
And
has
this is
their
it!
name on it.
No,
And this
no,
almost
it's not!
so close. What the hell? Absol getting in onto this point now as Lemon also going to be trading on there. Thiva has come back. Pigage trying his very best to get the damage through the team. Natsukage is going to get taken out by Abuse Matt. Support only is back. He's going to be very annoying. Gets the wall up there. Donald Trump, eat your heart out as Pigage does try to get the damage through. Enzo taken out of mech. Support only forced to use his ice block. He gets slashed through.
Self-destruct coming out.
Comes down. That's going to get...
Oh my god!
Oh my god! That's it! This could be game, set, and match as Pigage
And that's
pushes
it!
forward. AIM gets that match and the game.
That was incredible. Till the last moment, we had incredible play from both teams. Oh man, what's going to be play of the game this time?
And what a way to end such a hype series. AIM taking that series over No Mercy, as was the expected result. But if there is one thing to be said, No Mercy came into this game at such a disadvantage and proved that they are contenders to be looking out for next season.
They are going to be the team to watch in whichever division that they get into the next time. They did such a great job this time, and they can punch very high above their weight class this season, and they're going to move on in the next season in a higher one, or they should at the very least.
And very well played to every single member who did join our game today. Of course, who is going to be your MVP from AIM for this series?
For AIM, honestly, it really depends. Like, their team as a whole worked very well together, but I think I have to give it to Abuse Matt just for the pure amount of stall and amount of damage and damage blocking he was able to do for that entire series that we had going. Even on the maps where his team wasn't doing very well, he was able to contest the point, he was able to keep on fighting, and just worked super hard. And for No Mercy, I have to give it to supports only, because honestly, his name is exactly what he does. He kills supports as DPS, and he proved that he could do it without a doubt the entire time. And honestly, he gets my overall MVP for this entire series, because even though No Mercy lost, in the long run, they were punching super high up above their weight class, and he was able to rock with the punches throughout the entire time. Even when they started doing much worse, they just came in there, got the kills, and did his job, and it was very good for them.
And if there is anything I have to say, that was probably the best cast we've had in such a long time. Beautiful series coming out from such evenly matched teams, and I was really hoping to see that go all the way to a Game 5. But unfortunately it didn't, and we are seeing AIM take our victory today in a 3-1 series over No Mercy. The expected result, as we keep mentioning today. But of course, that is all we do have time for today, so a big thank you to everybody out there for watching the stream. If you guys out there would like to catch more of our streams, make sure to follow us here or on Twitter at OW University. We stream every Saturday at 3 PM GMT for our EU games and at 6 PM CST for our NA games. However, coming up next season, there will be some great new changes coming through. Make sure to sign up on our Discord as well if you'd like to get involved. That is discord.gg/OW University. Before we do go, however, make sure to type "good game" into the chat to enter our next giveaway for OW University stickers. And we will be finished for now, but thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah. We hope that you guys have a nice day, that you enjoyed this series as much as we did, and that you guys get to relax just like we do now after that whole thing. Hope you guys have a nice day, and we will see you in the next one, whenever that is. Until next time.